Hi guys, okay, so I've had a lot of people reach out to me in the last couple of weeks around their anxiety around public speaking. I'm not quite sure why there's been a sudden influx of that, but nevertheless. Now, I've spoken to a few people this week and I will be speaking to a few people next week as well. Now, the key thing that seems to have arisen from one call to the next is like a bit of a theme running through all the calls is basically their anxiety is triggered by their perception of what the audience are going to receive them like. So fundamentally, to me, this is absolutely going to cause anxiety because your measurement system on yourself is based on something that you have no control over. You might be presenting to a room full of people that actually don't want to be there because they've been forced by their employer. You might be pitching to a couple of people that have just had a massive blazing argument and they've got no interest in buying your product no matter how well you perform. Now, I do appreciate there are things that you can do to increase your chances of performing well in that moment, and I'm not underestimating the importance of being well received. However, if this becomes your measurement system, then success is based on something that you can't control. That's inevitably going to trigger anxiety. So here's the top tip. Try and think about your values. I work to a value-based system with all my clients, and I don't have time to go into detail with what values would look like when it comes to public speaking in this video. But I encourage you to have a look at your values, then think about how you can utilize those in a way that you can measure success in a different way. Measure success in a way that you can control rather than something that you can't control. Because if you take this quick example where you're performing in a particular way and then you have a mirror image in another environment and you're performing exactly the same way, but one of those performances you're well received and one of those performances you're not well received, well, then you're not measuring anything to do with your performance if the one where you weren't well received was a fail. So the point is, measure yourself on something in a way that you can create success in a different measurement system other than the way that you're received by the audience, and this will inevitably start calming down the nerves before going up on stage. And even if the presentation doesn't go quite according to plan, you can still walk away feeling proud or still feeling that you've had a win because you're measuring it to a completely different value-based model. I hope that was helpful. Please give me a quick like as usual. If you enjoyed it, please share it if you think it'll help others, and I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers.